guys. Welcome to our new show, the Mind Shift with the Dynamic Duo. Brr. You know,
Woohoo.
I know, I love it.
I
And,
love it.
we're your hosts. My awesome, beautiful sister from another mister, my soul sister, my best friend, Sonia.
I read Soulmate. I told you that already.
Okay, we'll go with that. So, Sonia and me, Sabine, and we'll be talking to you about mind shift stuff. The things that we are doing to get our shift together and lead the lives that we want and envision. And we simply share with you guys,
And achieve
um,
our goals and our dreams.
right? And how you can achieve all yours. So, and it's the fun fact is the information is really stupid simple.
Yes.
It is stupid
And
simple,
when you do understand the principles and how to apply them to your life, everything comes so
right?
simple.
And it,
It-
it, it really is, guys. It is stupid simple. It's not. We tend to, as humans, it's like, oh, it can't
Complicate.
be that simple. When we overcomplicate things, and we don't have to.
We
We
over
don't have to,
we overthink about everything.
right? Because it's like it can't be that simple. Yes, it can. It really is stupid simple. Is it easy? No, no, not even a little. Okay. Is it worth it? Absolutely, absolutely. Because we're living proof. We're
Yes.
living proof. It's like I share a lot of my story in my book, Happiness Matters, Unleash Your Superpower in 7 Easy Steps. And it's like it was not an easy upbringing, you know. And Sonia, we're both imports.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And is life easy? Well, it's as hard as complicated as we make it, right?
Life is easier.
It gets
We
easier and
are
easier.
Life is very easy. We are the ones that complicate everything by overthinking
Yeah.
everything
And
that happens to us and
right.
not realizing that we bring that to our reality through our thoughts.
Yeah. And it's like we get in our own way.
Absolutely. We do.
There were so many times where I was thinking, it's like, oh, yeah, I want all this and that. And then the next thought I had, it's like, yeah, but it's never going to happen. Well, guess what? It didn't happen. Because,
I had that problem with my car, believe me or
oh,
not,
do tell.
because I was trying to manifest my dream car. And I was like, oh my God, what I'm doing wrong. He's never come. It doesn't come. And it doesn't come. And it doesn't come. And it doesn't come. Why it doesn't come? So I was in that mindset, that lack of what I want.
Mm,
So one day I wake up, like, that cartoons that you have the light bulb in top of your head,
right?
exactly like me. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing this wrong. If I want this car, it's not only writing, and I have to say, well, why it doesn't come? Why it doesn't come? So I decide for a month, every Saturday, book in different dealers because I didn't want to go to the same dealer all the time. It would be weird. Book test drives on my car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I get there and I say, well, I did an appointment for drive this and car with this specific things. And I was driving a white car and I was driving with all the things that I want in the car. And I was sitting, driving by myself and connect my cell phone with the Bluetooth on the car. And I'm like, oh my God, and drive the car. And suddenly one day I went to do the appointment. Well, my vision board, the car was white, right? And have some kind of features that I want in the car. And one day I got there and they say, well, we don't have the white car. And I'm like, okay, what color do you have? And then it was like, we have a black one. I'm like, can I drive? Yeah, absolutely. I went, I come back and I say, I want it. And they look at me and say, but and I'm like, I don't care. I want this car. I'm gonna buy it right now. And in that day, my husband came with me to do, and he was like, "Well, you don't prefer to test more cars?" And I'm like, "No, no, no. Oh, but this car is not brand new. It has like a year old already." And I'm like, "I don't care. I want this. Is the car that I want."
Nice.
My car. And I it was okay, it was not white, true, but it became better than what I visioned because add more technology that now I'm a little like think, oh my God, when this start breaking down, everything slow. Gotta be slow.
Don't think that way.
No,
Don't think that way.
I know, don't think like that way.
Right.
So it became better, a better price. It's black. Okay, it's not white, it's black, but I love the color now. And has even more things that my original car, my dream car, my manifest car had it. So, and after I was like, why this happened? So I read that it always can come exactly as you ask, or even better than you ask for. And was exactly what happened to me. But I was like 6 months thinking like, oh my God, what I'm doing wrong. I don't understand. I want the car. Why the car is not here yet? Until one morning, like the light bulb came, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the lack of the car because I'm always thinking like, why it doesn't come? Why I don't have it? I don't
And
understand.
you put all your feelings and emotions into that thought, right?
Absolutely. I was like, oh, this is not working. Okay, I manifest some things. I know it works, but when I want something big, it's not working. It's taking so long. So I was on the lack, not ever thinking like how a simple little thought could change
Yeah, I know, right?
right there. But
It's
when I
amazing.
start like, no, okay, I'm doing this wrong. This is the car I want. This is the car that I'm going to have. This is the car that is already here. Let me start driving the car and see how I feel with the car. As soon as I sit my coolie in that car, I was like, oh, this is all I want. Oh, this is
Yeah,
mine.
I love that, and it's like, it's like when you know it's right, you know it's right. You
And
just know.
and I didn't when I drove the car, the test drive, the guy from the dealer didn't came with me. So, and I was able to connect the Bluetooth on my phone, Bluetooth there, so I could hear my songs, the songs that put me in a high vibration. And it was exactly like I was driving my car. I don't have anyone in
Well,
the
because
car
you were
with
driving your car.
I didn't have anyone in the car with me to remind me that it was not my car, right?
Nice.
And I go inside of the car and I connect to Bluetooth and it is there. Is my car. It says Sonia cell phone. Sonia
Nice.
iPhone is my car.
Nice. I love that. And it's so interesting because you said something too, when we always get what we want and better
Mm-hmm.
if I have to add that to it, if we put in there or more or better.
Yes.
Because if you ask for a penny, you get a penny. If you just ask for more money, then you find a penny, well, you have more money. That's not
Well,
what you
the,
wanted.
the truth is, I am a girl and I'm not ashamed to say this. I don't understand too much about the cars. I like I knew what I want in the car. I
Right.
knew and I knew that I like that kind of cars. I always
Right.
it's very funny how we changed through the years because I always was a girl of small cars. I don't like big cars. And now I have a 8 passengers SUV gigantic car. My husband said that I drive a minibus around the town
Because you never know when you need it.
because I'm very small. Like I'm 5'5", right? And suddenly I have a huge big SUV and I'm driving and I'm like, I don't gonna change for small cars anymore. I
Good for
just want
you.
cars now.
Good for you. No, I mean, and you shouldn't, and it's interesting because a couple years ago when I got my car, I mean, we were in credit card debt. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this can relate, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it to the test. And I was introduced to like what's it, the crystal, the crystal circles, or I don't even know the name right now. But I
I've
was like, oh, what do
never
I have to lose? I just do it. And so I did my little crystal circle, and I did the thing, and I put my little note on there that said I wanted $100,000 or more by a certain time or sooner. And that's how I do it. I always put in what I want or more or better, and then the date or sooner, right? So,
I
and it
need
was
to get that
$100,000.
crystal. I need to learn that crystal one.
Yeah, it's fun. So, and it's like, and I just put it on my circle, and I believed, I had the faith, that it would work. I didn't know how or what or why, and it's like $100,000 was like astronomical, right? It's like, there's no way I'm going to get $100,000 to pay off all our credit card debt to start fresh, and be smarter about things, and then especially or more. Well, fun fact is, the $100,000 I got them, we refinanced our house, and I didn't even think that was possible, right? We did a cash out refi on the house, which paid off all the credit card debt, and I'm driving or more. Because I mean, that car I'm driving is my dream car. I drooled over that car for 2 years. Every time I went to the yes, it's a Lexus. Every time I went to the Lexus dealer with my SUV, for service or for whatever, and they do the car wash. And sometimes I went to just have the car washed. And I always told them, I was like, and when it comes out, I want it looking like this. And I pointed it to the car that I wanted. I mean, the color, the model, the everything, right? And they always laughed. It's like, oh, we can connect you with one of our salespeople. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I wanted to be transformed into that. I didn't say I want to buy that. I said I want this one transformed into that.
That was funny that you talk about that because when I manifest my car, I will always put it in my mind the person that was behind the wheel, right? And I was not that person yet. I was
Mm.
overweight. So in that time, I was 210 pounds and was, of course, you don't feel good with your body. So you use sweaters, sweatpants,
You look
leggings.
grumpy. You cover it up. I get
You're
it.
not, you're not that person. So every time that I imagine me driving that car, um, I was a little more skinner than I was. Not body shave anyone, but and I was well dressed and all that stuff. So when not only the light bulb came, but it was just when I start changing my personality to and increase my self esteem and start wearing the clothes that I wanted to wear and start losing weight. That I still don't figure it out how I did it. To be honest
Doesn't
with you,
matter.
I
Doesn't
still
matter.
that point I still didn't figure it out. But I know that 210, I went for 170 in 3 months. So and I still don't know how I did it, but I know that I did it. That
You made a decision.
I cannot explain. Everyone asks me how you did it, and I just say I change from inside and reflect from the outside is the only thing that I can tell. But only when I start changing and when I went to drive the car with the clothes that I envision in my brain, it was when I bought it the car.
But that's how it works. It's like our conscious
You
mind
transform to
sends
get
sends sends the order to the subconscious mind, or the universe, to God, whatever you want to believe, you know and the powers that are make it happen. It's not our job to figure out the who's, the hows, the what's, the whens, and whys, and all this other junk, right?
and I
Our job
remember
is
auto
to hold the
suggestions
belief,
I
right?
did so many auto suggestions about like I'm enough, I'm beautiful, I have a
There you
perfect
go.
body. I still don't have the body that I want, but I'm getting there. Um, and all that stuff. And I was like, wow, this fit me already. Oh my God, this clothes that is in my closet for since
Ever.
I got pregnant for the first time, it fits me already. Whoa! I was so happy and I celebrate and that puts you in the vibration that you need to be to attract whatever you want because you are in the same vibration of what you want, right?
Right.
You cannot be in the lower vibration than the item or whatever you want to attract to your life.
Right.
So yeah, it was magical actually. And after everything started happening in my life so fast that I not even realize.
Hmm.
I start working with
And that's how it works. It's like, how did that happen? And it's like, until you understand how things work, the dynamics, how your conscious and subconscious mind work and everything, that's when the shift starts to happen. And that's when you can start making things happen for you a lot faster, in a way that you want it to happen.
and sometimes you not even realize that is already here until one day you
Right.
wake up and say, "Oh, I got it."
Right. I mean, it is so, and it's like, and then I sit here sometimes is like, how did that happen? And then it's like, oh yeah, duh. I
Did you
wanted it and I
ever
put it out there, and I. But here's the thing: when once you detach from the outcome, don't attach to the outcome. That's really the secret here, right?
yeah,
Don't attach to the outcome. Trust
but
that it'll happen in the
yes,
perfect way.
let me ask you a question because it
Sure.
happened to me recently and it was like a wow moment.
Oh,
A
you
wow.
manifested me into your life. There you go. I'm just
Oh
joking.
yes, that we I don't know, but I believe that yes, we manifested each other because the way we met each other, it was like
I know.
we meant to.
It's like
The
you can't
wow,
make that up, guys.
no, the
Anyway.
wow moment that I had was like recently, I would say end of March, I decided to go through my old journals, and I have a lot, but I decided to go to the journal that was written like 6 months ago. This is in March, so I went to the journal that was written 6 months ago, and I was reading one of the page, and I was like, "Oh my God! I even forgot that I manifest this into my life, and I have it. I even forgot that I asked for this, and I do have it because I think the secret is you let it go.
You let it go. Exactly. You
You let
detach.
it go." And I remember when Cleo and I was talking with her. Of course, she was the one that put me into the self development programs. And I remember that I was talking with her, and she said, "Sonia, yeah, you're right. You think, you visualize, you meditated, you ask, you do auto affirmations, but you let it go." And I was like, "Oh, I can't let it go. I want this so bad. How I can let it go? No, need to know the how. I need to I need to know when it comes. I need to know what I need to do. I need." And suddenly I just realized that let it go is like, yes, you have a couple times a day that you think, you live, and your fantasy and your imagination as you have it. You act as a person that have it already, even through the day, but you let it go.
Hmm. You don't worry about it. You trust and you
You
believe
just
that,
let
that,
it
that
go.
it's going to
The
happen.
let
Yeah.
it go was I wrote that and I let it go.
Nice.
And 6 months later, I was reading and I'm like, oh, I have this in my life. I even forgot that I asked for this.
That's awesome.
I even forgot,
Hmm.
you know? And
Right.
this,
Yeah, I totally get that because it's like there's a couple of things that I put out when I was a child, you know, not helpful things to me, and I'm working on releasing all of that right now, but it's like why, and for the longest time, like most people, and you the viewer probably did too, or you still do. It's like, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? you know and all of those things. It's like, wow, maybe they were right. Maybe I don't deserve to be happy, healthy, and all of those things, right? And for me as a child, I called in a couple of diseases that you know my health was struggling, but I didn't know. And I was like, at one point, it's like I was meditating. It's like, the more of the personal development I'm doing, and the more I understand um, relationship between the conscious and the subconscious mind and how it all works. I was like, oh my gosh. And then it hit me. I remember as a child calling those things in. I remember. And
and
I
I
was like,
remember,
oh my gosh.
I remember too that I asked some stuff because I want to be the victim for
Mm-hmm.
people to pay attention to me because
Yep.
if you are suffering or if you are in pain or people will come to you because they are sorry for you and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And I remember to do that. And yes, I attract that to my life too.
Yeah.
I totally remember the exact day that I thought,
Mhm.
and time came and it became reality to me.
Yeah.
And
And
I was
it's like once the realization hits, it's like, oh my gosh. So here's the truth, guys. Okay. Whatever is happening in your life, whatever you have or don't have, you are responsible. You called it in.
like Arlene Nightingale said, I say that we have 6 words of success is we are what we think about. So
Exactly. And I always tell people it's like what you think about, you bring about.
Yeah.
It's
But
that simple.
only what we think about with emotion. And on the other day, it was very funny because I was like, okay, I have my goal and I have my burn desire. There's something missing. And I was reading something and it came to me something like, let's see if you are connecting this with the emotions that you need, with your heart and not your brain. And it was a very simple exercise. It was like close your eyes and think about your goal.
Mm.
Close my eyes and I thought about my goal. And like I feel something, but it was. And the next exercise was, okay, so now close your eyes and think on the first thing that you love the most and you are the grateful for. And I closed my eyes, and the first thing that came to my mind, my kids, of course, my three
Of
beautiful
course.
kids. And my heart started racing like, and I'm like, oh my God, my burn desire didn't came because I don't have the same connection, emotional connection that I have with this one. Because the other one, like it was, I feel something, but it was like little
Yeah,
tinkles.
it'd be nice. It would be nice, but if
It
it
was
doesn't, you
nice.
have to.
So
Yeah.
I start rereading my goal, and I was like, yeah, because you don't say why you want to do it. You just say that you want to do it. But what is your why there?
Mm.
When I write why I want to do it, I,
Everything changed, didn't it?
I close my eyes. Okay, so like usually our goal is like two, three sentence. Mine has five.
You know?
Too bad, but I want this. And it was the only way to connect with me emotional. And it makes such a huge difference.
Nice. I'm so happy for you.
Yes, it
And
did.
and it does make a difference. It's like, and it's so interesting because so you introduced me to the 555 method, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what was really interesting the first time I just like, oh, this is cool. And of course, what I wrote down was like 2 lines. And if you do 2 lines 55 times, you're gonna write for a while. Just FYI.
I know.
Oh my gosh. But what was interesting was, and it's like, and yes, you don't do a little here, a little there throughout the day. You write them all in one swoosh, right?
Mhm.
And what was interesting is, so I started writing it, and it's like partway through, I rewrote. I changed a little bit on the original sentence. And at first I was like, well, no, I can't do that. But everything inside of me says, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And that's like, the next thing that popped into my head is like, what resonates with you more, the way you did it the last one or the way you're doing it now? And it's like, oh, now is much better. And then as I was keep writing it, and it changed a few more times. I mean, not a whole, I mean, the gist of it never changed. It's
But
just the
the idea,
wording.
the main idea is there.
Right. The
Right.
main idea never changed. It's just the wording. It still ended up being 2 lines, but that's okay. And then when I was like in the 30s or something, you know, my little rascal inside
Feeling?
of me goes like, "Oh my god, 20 more to go," or whatever many more to go. It's like, "Oh my god, I'm so over this." Is like, "God, just stop it. It's not gonna make a difference." Those what was going on in my head, and I kid you not, every single time, right? And then, but I kept on writing. I kept on doing this, and I did this 5 days, and then you take a break, right? And
That was how I manifest my car, by the way.
nice. And it was just it's so interesting. And then and I did a few more since then, and it's like, wow. And then I realized yesterday the thing that I wrote down the first time is starting to manifest now.
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
It's like, oh my god, this stuff really works. I mean, it's so funny. So I know it works, but when it does for me and I realize it, I'm like, oh my god, this is actually
We got
working.
so
This is
excited like little kids and
so
little kids, completely little kids.
I love it. It is so good. It is so much fun. And I was talking with another friend yesterday, and I shared with her the 555 minutes. So you write down what you want 55 times, 5 days in a row. right? And she asked me, is like, can I do that throughout the day? And I said, no, you need to do this all in one swoosh, you know, and I told her too, and I said, and when you write down what you want, and if you go down in like the 20s or the 30s, and all of a sudden you have the need to change the way you phrase it, do it. Don't worry about it. You know, it's just your subconscious, your higher self, your whatever you want to call it, is telling you, it's like, hey, and if this resonates with you better than what you did, right, continue that.
Since you don't change the main idea, because it
Right.
happened to me that the first time that I did, I want to use like big words. So English is my second language,
Hey, me too.
and there has been a no. Sometimes we talk, and she was like, "What do you mean? What that word means?"
Speak English, woman.
Speak English, speak Portuguese. I don't care. Just speak.
I know, right?
Um, and I try to use big words that didn't have the emotional and meaning to me because I was not familiar with that words, right? And I was like, "Oh, I don't feel the connection in here." Mm. But I start changing through the time until I feel that little tinkly in my heart. And it was when I find out that I was not like my brain connect, but emotional connect.
Mm,
One of the things that I am working a lot is I noticed that my negative thoughts have emotionals immediately, but my positive thoughts, I need to think if do I have the connection or not.
mm,
Like, what I wonder why. But I know I am Portuguese, and the Portuguese mentality is like, oh my God, when one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong.
I don't think that's a Portuguese mentality. I think that's just a conditioning, because it's like, a Murphy's law, and it all happens in batches of three, and it's like when it rains it pours, and all of that bullshit we tell
But
ourselves.
yeah,
And
but
we
it's
believe.
exactly the way we are raised to is like, oh my God, when something is wrong, everything goes gonna be wrong, and
But it's in
you're
German
never
too, and it's here in
and
America, it's everywhere.
you're never gonna get out of here, and you start feeling sorry for you and all that stuff. I start changing because today I did an exercise and it was such a good exercise. I have some little questions about how I feel about myself, how and usually when I do that kind of quiz, it would be, I feel sorry for me, I cannot do this, I'm not enough, whatever.
Mm,
And today, without thinking, it was like 1 minute, 1 second, you need to write a word about you. And it was not nothing negative. If I wrote,
nice.
I am enough.
Yes, you are,
But
love.
it was when I did the click and say, I'm changing. I changed already
Hmm.
because I didn't like if you give me a year ago, if you would give me 1 second to think a word to describe me, I would go for the negative immediately.
Mm. And I
And
think most people do, and I'm sure some of our viewers can relate to that. They're like, yeah, but that's also understand that this is part of the conditioning. It is much easier for us to go the negative route than it is to go the positive route, because it's the conditioning.
but
Those
the
neural networks
magic the,
are
but the
crazy.
magic happens when 1 year ago I would think immediately a negative part of myself, and now I can't. Because even when people come and say something negative about you, and I don't have, oh, you need to have any fault. Yeah, but they are my qualities too.
Yeah, it's like, but why do we need to focus on the faults? But
Oh, but
again, it's
but
part of the conditioning,
is what make me unique,
right?
is what make me, and I love whatever it is
Right. Because
because
I don't think we have faults. You know, I think we have things that we haven't learned yet that show up as faults. You know, and when we look at it, it's like, oh, why does this keep showing up?
but I have a better one.
Oh, do tell.
So we do not have faults because they are what is a fault for you could not be for me.
That is true. Absolutely.
So even my faults that you could see on me, for me right now, are what make me unique and what I
Mhm.
love about myself. Do I need to improve? Absolutely. Am I in construction? I will always be
Yeah,
with that.
we're all works in
I will
progress.
always, I'm gonna always have that red, yellow tape like under construction around me.
Caution.
Under construction. But I love myself in with everything is what make me who I am today. And I'm
Mm,
so grateful
I love
for
that.
all the path that I did. And like for 1 year ago, someone that didn't like who I was and was not happy in life at all and not even know what I was doing in this world,
Mm,
to become a person that I accept everything on me and know my faults and wanted to change, but accept them and love them and even being grateful for. And you
mm,
know that I'm battle a lot
so
of stuff at the same time. You know better than anyone, but I still can put a smile in my face. And when I'm anxious with anxiety or sad, I permit myself to cry.
good.
I put an alarm on my cell phone, like you have 5 minutes of a good cry. And after that, wipe your tears, put a smile in your face. You are alive and you have three beautiful kids and you have people that love you
Mm,
and you are capable to do whatever you want in life. So
I love that.
just get up and do a good cry, let it go, allow yourself to feel that sadness and that
Mhm.
pain, but don't let to stay for too long. And it
I
was
love
that
and I
very
love that you put a time limit on it because I heard one of my amazing friends, she's one of my best friends too. She's a shaman. And we were talking about grief one day. And she said, and it just stuck with her. It's like one of those things, you hear it and it's like, okay, but you keep going back to it and think deeper. And what she said is with grief, give yourself a time limit.
yes.
Because if you don't put a time limit on that, it's just continuously going on and on and on and on and on, and you will never heal. You will never give yourself permission to heal and to move forward. And it goes with anything. It's like whether the loss of a loved one or business going wrong or whatever it is. There's always
Fight
part
with
of the
someone that
grief.
you love a lot, to break
Right.
relationships.
But it's like put a time limit on it. It's like, and I love that, and I always say it's like cry. If you feel like crying, cry. To me, I call it trash day. You know,
Oh
it's
no,
like
don't allow to be a day. Do not allow
no,
to
no,
be a
no,
day.
not a whole day. Not a whole day. No, 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 no. I just that's what anyway, I should need to rephrase that. You're right. So anyway, it's like trash pickup. It's like you just like the trash can is full and you just let it all out, okay? And then you move on.
Yes. Even
It's
yesterday
like
I
when you put your
cried.
trash to the curb, you're not gonna go checking and rechecking and checking and checking and checking and checking and checking, right? You put it out to the curb and the trash pickup is gonna come, they're gonna pick it up, and then your trash can is empty.
So, for example, even yesterday I was talking with a person and somehow I start feeling very, very sad. And I
Oh,
start crying during the call. And the person didn't try to put me up at all, but I caught it. And two tears fall off my eyes. And as soon as I felt it, I was like, wait a minute. You're not a victim in here. You are capable to turn this around. This is a project that you have and you will turn around. Today, I was talking with another person that out of the blue, I never saw her. And she gave me the idea for what I need. Out of the blue, without knowing my problem, without my project. I'm sorry, I
but
don't
that's
have
how
a
it
problem.
works.
But because I stopped being sorry for myself, I
Mhm.
got it, that negative thought that was implanted on me because I start feeling sorry of myself. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, 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 no. You're not the victim of in here. You can change this around. You can do better. Absolutely, you can do better. You are capable. You are enough. You are strong. You know your worth. Why you are sorry for yourself? You are not the victim. You are the hero on your story.
Mm. How
You
powerful is
write,
that? Oh my gosh.
you write your script. No one else. You direct your life.
Hmm.
You're not an actor. You are the director of your life.
Oh, I love that. See, me being an author, it's like I tell people, it's like you're the author of your life story. You write your story.
I
You know,
write
if you don't like something, rewrite it.
absolutely.
Rewrite the script.
I do that.
Nice. I love.
Not
And the
every
key
day,
really is to not stay where you don't want to be. Acknowledge it. You have, I mean, here's the thing. That's one thing I've learned. Acknowledge it, but don't dwell on it.
but you
Okay.
know something?
Don't ignore it because whatever you resist persists.
Exactly. But you know something? Like 1 year ago, I would be in this state of a victim of my own life for a long time because I was
Hmm.
not knowing what I know now. I didn't have the acknowledgement that I need to know to switch my mindset. I didn't have the knowledge to to reset my subconscious mind. I like
Mm.
to say that I have a switch in my subconscious mind, and sometimes I go, switch off.
I
Let's
know. It's like,
reset.
oh no, click.
Let's reset. But I'm serious. I do have in my imagination when I need to reset, and I do have that button. I see myself go there and reset.
And and that's awesome. I love that, and it's like, and I do that too. It's like, you know what? What I do is like when things are not going the way I want them to, and like hitting one roadblock after the other, it's like, wait a minute. What am I not seeing? What am I missing here? What do I need to learn in this? The old me used to go like, oh, poor me, and complete victimhood. Why is this happening to me? And why me? Poor me, blah, 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 all of
Life
that.
is always about
And all
me.
it did is it got me more of the stuff I didn't want. Now I ask different questions. Now I'm like, okay, what have I not yet learned that this lesson keeps coming back and biting me in the butt? What am I not seeing? What do I need to see? And then here's the thing, I get still, I go within,
Mm-hmm.
I meditate, and I'm really asking is like, okay, what am I missing? What do I need to learn? What is my lesson? And you get the answers. Oh my gosh. Whatever question you ask, you get the answer if you listen. It
Yes.
may not be the answer you want, but you always get the answer. You get the answer you need,
Yes.
right? And that is so beautiful. It's like once I understood that, everything started to change.
Yes.
Everything is shifting. And it feels so good. It's so amazing. It's like so when Sonia and I met, I went to the Napoleon Hill founder celebration in April in New York, and my main thing was, but that this is why I wanted to go. I wanted to find me an accountability partner, somebody I completely click with, and maybe build more. I don't know. I didn't know what they looked at, but my thinking was, because I never had an accountability partner. I know the value of having one. I just never had one, right? And so that was my thing going to New York. And so there were like what 120 people there or something
Oh, right. About that.
about that. And some people I have never even met. I never even ran into them. Sonia and I, we ran into each other several times every single day, not seeking out each other consciously. But we ended up bumping into each other, sitting next to each other, and it's like, okay, here's your sign. And then I remember
On the second day, I put my stuff in the table and I left to get some coffee. And when I come back, you were sitting next to my stuff.
and I didn't know. I
No,
didn't
because
know there's an empty
it
seat.
was impossible to know. What
Right.
I had in my table was this,
Mm-hmm.
that everyone received one, and that's
Right.
all. So how you could know
I,
that
I I couldn't,
yeah.
but I mean, it's just it's so awesome. And I remember, and this like I think it was the last day. We were sitting next to each other, and I leaned over your shoulder. I was like, "Hey, do you have an accountability partner?"
And I'm like, nope.
I said, Do you want one? I don't have one either. And the rest really is history.
Yeah, because after that we met again on the third day that we had like two trips to the Carnegie Mansion and
Yeah.
one in the morning and one off afternoon. And we need to enroll ourselves on the first day early in the morning. So I didn't know Sabine at all. And I finished asking to be in the morning. Who was there again? Sabine. And we bump in each other again. So we had
Right.
75 people there in that time, and we bumped in each other
Yeah.
again.
And then that night we had the fun fancy dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't I mean I went in there and one of our friends came up to me and he said, "Where are you sitting?" And being the smart aleck that I am, I sat on my butt. I didn't have a place yet, you know? And I,
One more time, my stuff was there already.
you
It
weren't.
was just my wallet actually there, but I
Right.
was not there. And
Right.
when I arrive, who is next on my left side?
I mean when things are meant to be, they're meant to be. And you
Absolutely.
just go with it. It was just fun. We were laughing the whole time and it's like, okay, the universe is telling us something. We'll figure it out.
Yes, we figured it out. And after that, we changed contacts, was the time that we actually changed our contacts. And from
Right.
that day on, the only thing we did was call every single day.
Yeah.
Um, we contact every single day. We tried don't contact on Saturdays and Sundays because it's
It
our
didn't
day
work.
off. It didn't work because we text each other anyway.
Right.
The fun part is I'm on the phone with her since I was working in New York. So my commute is gigantic with the walking, waiting for the bus, on the bus, on the traffic, walking from the bus to my car and from my car to the house.
What better
So
time to connect with me than then?
we have I have what an hour and 45 minutes commute, and I call her since I get out of job, and I only hang up with her when I'm home. Could we do something better with our time? Maybe,
No,
maybe, but I like
no,
I love
no.
that part. Is when we because we not only talk about the things that happen to us through the day, we talk about our wins, and we mastermind too.
Correct.
We find ways to help each other to
Mhm.
achieve our goals.
Yeah.
And I remember every time that I am like in a doubt of something, who I call? Sabine. And I'm like, I wrote this. Can I read to you for you to help me in here with the words and all that stuff? And sometimes she say, oh, I would change for this. What do you think? And I change. Read again. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know. And we together we find, and I'm like, oh my God, I love this.
Well, I mean, and what I love is like with our conversations, whether it's texting or we're actually talking, or even now, it's like I learned so much from you.
Yeah.
Because and that's a nice thing when you have an accountability partner or mastermind, or both or all of the above,
Mhm.
you know, because when you're in the thicket, sometimes you don't see it, but the other person sees it, you
Yes.
know. And Sonia points out to me plenty of times is like, do you know what you just said? No.
And it's easy sometimes for us outsiders and
Right.
that we are in the self-development field to pick it up a paradigm or a negative thought from another person that pick it up from ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
So sometimes it's like, do you just notice? And she does the same with me, like, oh, today you are in such a must is
You're
you
such a downer. What the heck?
and mastermind, what's going on with you? And I'm like, damn it, I am.
Thanks for noticing.
I am. But let me be in here for 5 more minutes and afterwards.
Yeah, when you get 5 minutes. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but guys, it's really important. It's like pay attention to your thoughts, what it
Mhm.
is you put out. because you always, 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 without fail, get exactly what you ask for.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like when people tell me, it's like, "Oh, you're such an amazing master manifester," and I laugh and I said, "Well, so are you." They're like, "Yeah, but I don't get the things I want." I said, "No, you get the things you put out you want, whether you actually want them or not. But you're so focused on the things that you don't want, and that's
Mhm.
the order you send out, and
Yeah,
that's what you get."
yeah.
So once you understand that, and you really pay attention, everything changes. I mean, guys, it like I said earlier, it is stupid simple. It's not easy by any means, because that's a whole nother level of awareness, but it is stupid simple. The laws of the universe and nature, whatever you want to call them, they work the same for everybody. And it's like I always tell people, it's like if it's possible for one, it's possible for all. The
Mhm.
difference is what's going on in here and here.
Yes.
The difference really is your mindset and your emotions, what you send out. That is the difference. Do you believe you can have, be, and do anything you want?
Mhm.
Then yes, you can. If you believe you cannot, then well, you cannot. Henry Ford, I love that, and I did my beanie bits on that yesterday, actually, or the other day. It's can or can't. And Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can or you cannot, you are right. If you
Yeah.
believe you
It's
can
like Napoleon's saying, what your mind can can
conceive and
think,
believe.
and believe you can achieve is
Right,
exactly the same.
right.
So whatever the thoughts that you have in your mind, positive or negative, it will manifest sooner or later in your life. It doesn't matter. Well, every thought with an emotional connection.
That's it right there, the emotional connection. And
Right there.
sadly, we're so conditioned to go the negative route
Correct.
that we get more of
With
what we don't
emotional
want.
connection, because whatever I think, if I think like, oh, I'm gonna win the lottery, I don't have any connection with that. So I don't feel anything in here. So it's just a thought, it's just a wish, is
Right.
not nothing else than that. But if you have an emotional connection with that thought, and usually we do it a lot with negative thoughts, it will sooner or later it will manifest in your life. It will show up in your life.
Well, and here's the thing, the stronger the emotion, the faster it manifests, I found out too.
Absolutely.
So the stronger the feeling you have with the thought that you send out, the quicker it will come.
Yes. And no matter what it is, negative or positive, it
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter at
because
all.
because here's the thing, the powers that are, to them everything just is. It's like and I love that analogy with the farmer. you know the farmer gets a handful of seeds and puts them in the soil. The
Yes.
soil doesn't care what's in it as long as you take care of it and everything, whether it's a weed or a flower or whatever. you know you put it in the soil, you water it, you nurture it and everything, and the soil is just like, and the seed just comes out to whatever it is meant to be. It doesn't
Mhm.
discriminate. It doesn't always like, oh, I'm a weed, I must die. No bullshit.
No,
That's not how it works.
you always
And it's the
think,
same with the universe, God, and whatever power you believe in.
because they never forget, even a weed has a flower. It bloom.
And you know what? Why do we call them weeds anyway? Because they grow in places we don't want them.
Just take it out.
Just take it out. Exactly.
Just
Just,
take it out.
like when you have a beautiful garden, all you gardeners out there, you go out there and you weed. You pull out the stuff that doesn't belong there. Do the
Yeah.
same with your mind. Do the same with your mind. Whatever doesn't belong in there, it's like, oh. And here's the other thing too. Is it my thought or is it something I adopted? Something that I just, because it's been pounded into me for generations. It's like
Mm-hmm.
a family something, family belief, you know. It's not yours. It's only yours if you believe it and you put the feeling to it that it's yours, that it's yours. Otherwise, it's not. It just is.
Yeah.
And it's just yeah. So really, guys, it is stupid simple. It's stupid simple. It's not
Yeah.
easy, but you
It's,
can do it. I mean, if I can do it, Sonia can do it. You
uh,
can do it.
and I never thought that I could. I never thought that I could until I start bringing things to my reality. things that I never thought that would be possible.
Mhm.
And even when things are going completely on the different direction that I want, and I had a couple weeks that way that everything was
It
coming.
happens
It
because
hap-
sometimes we forget because we're human.
yeah, it happens, and it was nothing personally with me. It was with my kids, but it happened. I was like, hmm, and I start laughing like I cannot control this. It's out of my control. So let it come. Let's deal with this without never go down. And I laugh of the situation. I didn't make myself as a victim. I was not sorry for my kids. But like, okay, it will change. And it changed. We actually went to all the vacations sick as hell. All of us taking antibiotic and steroids and all that stuff because of a crazy virus that we had. I even asked the doctor, should I cancel the trip?
I'm glad you didn't.
Like,
I'm
after,
glad you didn't.
after 2 days that you are on antibiotic, you're not contagious anymore. So why you should cancel your trip? And I'm like, okay. We went. We had a
And you had
blast.
a fabulous time.
I still had fever there, but I
Yeah,
had,
because
but
you're
it didn't,
high.
but it didn't stop me to go to the pool. It didn't stop me. Well, it stopped me drink because I was with antibiotics, so I could not drink. But it didn't stop me to go to the beach. It didn't stop me to visit to the island. It didn't stop me to play with my kids.
Well,
And
here's the thing, it didn't stop you to enjoy
no,
your life,
I didn't allow that to happen.
and that's the key right there. Because a lot of times we just give in
Yes,
and we go into that woe is me, poor me,
for me,
victimhood mentality, But if you decide it's like, you know what? Yeah, it's inconvenient right now, but I'm gonna have fun anyway.
I
And
did.
before you know it, I mean, I had a bazillion surgeries in my lifetime, And one thing it was interesting is like all the doctors and nurses is like, "How are you healing so fast?" I said, "Because it's my mindset. Because I know this was necessary, so I can move forward and enjoy life. And it's like I don't want to be here more longer than I have to. This is
Absolutely,
inconvenient right now, but it's like I not focus on the good stuff,
absolutely.
and I get more of the good stuff."
And good, do a good laugh.
Oh yeah,
It does
laugh.
work.
Always laugh. Always
It
laugh.
does work. Everything is falling apart around you, but do a good laugh.
Yeah. The
And
other thing too is like a really simple practice is like say something is like, first of all, don't say I have to pay my bills, say I get to pay my bills, right? And instead of doing this, oh man, I get to pay my bills now.
oh, no, 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 no. I don't
Oh,
pay.
I get to
I
pay
don't,
my bills. It's
no,
it's like
I don't
it's
pay.
all different.
No, I don't pay bills.
No, we don't pay bills.
I don't pay bills. I pay investments that I did in myself.
Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it. So hey guys, so we're almost done here.
Yeah,
So the premise of the
because I
show,
need to feed my kids too.
oh, please. No.
Let them starve.
It's all good. But I mean, the premise of the show is really Sona and I having a conversation about things that work for us, what we're learning, and we just want to share it with you guys so you can get some of the nuggets, maybe do some of the little exercises like the 555 exercise, that we talked about. And
Nine.
it's like to really help you shift your thoughts. Because remember, what you think about, you bring about. And this is really what the show is about,
Yes,
just having fun,
having fun.
having
And,
fun, and
and
sharing what we are learning with you guys,
yes,
so you too can
and
have a
if
better
you
life.
have any questions, shoot us an email, text
Yeah,
us. Um,
you can always reach us on our website, mattersofperspective.com.
Even on
you know
Facebook, even on
Anywhere.
Facebook, use Messenger. It really doesn't matter. Just
Just
contact us,
check it
and
out.
we will try to help you to go through whatever the project you
Hey,
have.
we have projects. We don't have
I,
problems. We have
I was
projects.
using I was using issue word, but after I was like, I really don't like that word.
No
I
projects. I like
really,
it. Projects.
I love projects. I read that, oh, in a book of Napoleon Hill. No, not in Napoleon Hill. I'm sorry. Sorry, Early Nightingale. That we don't have problems. We have projects, because if we think that we have a problem, we gonna take care of that with the kind of mental attitude that is a problem. This is something that I don't want to deal with. But if it is a project,
Well, here's the thing too, is like once you look at it as a project, now you're solution oriented.
absolutely.
And that's the difference. Always look for every problem has a solution. I learned that every problem has a solution. We may not see it right away. We might need help figuring it out, and that's okay.
And
But
sometimes it
every
resolves
problem
by
has a
itself.
solution. Do what?
And sometimes even like we are so concerned and make that situation a problem that is not even a problem. It will solve by itself, but we are so like, oh my God, this happened. What is going to happen right now? Oh my God.
Oh, because what we're putting all the energy and emotion into it.
And sometimes it's not a problem at all. It's something
It's
that
not.
is so easy and it will solve by itself.
Yeah.
And we are like getting concerned about something that is nothing. Now I have like, even to my kids, it's like, Mom, I have a problem. Did someone die? No, so you don't have a problem.
I love that. Yeah, and that's valid. It's so true. It is so
And
true. We have the tendency to really make an elephant out of nothing.
yeah, and the same way, like when I'm in my office and the door is closed, you guys don't disturb me unless someone is bleeding and really bleeding.
Like yes, like cut an artery bleeding.
You are bleeding, someone die, or the house is on fire.
You know,
That
that's
are
valid.
really problems. Everything else can wait.
There you go. I love that. Yeah, and it's like, oh, boundaries. Maybe we should talk boundaries next time.
Yes, actually, I need to work on my boundaries too. Getting
Well, we
better,
all do. We all do.
getting better, but I need to really start learning how to say no.
You know, I think we should do boundaries next time
Okay, boundaries it is.
because boundaries are so important to have, and there's
Hmm.
a way healthy way and a not so healthy way,
Yes,
so but yeah, so anyway, so if you guys want to get a hold of us, like Sonia said, you can find us on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and the links for it are on our website, mattersofperspective.com. You can shoot us an email through there, and yeah, I mean, we're here
yes.
because we love what we do, because the stuff works and it's stupid simple.
I believe in this so bad that is unbelievable.
I mean, it is because it works so much and we see it and for ourselves every single day. And it's like, really, it's an obsession.
I had an idea. On the website, we need to put a picture of me before.
Yes.
No one would believe that is the same person.
Yeah, let's do it. Just send it and I'll put it up for us.
Yes. I was like a big person.
Well, so was I. At one point, I weighed 370 pounds. So, yeah, anything is guys, seriously, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And again, if it's possible for one,
It's possible for all.
it's possible for all. The difference really is what's going on here
Yes.
and in your heart.
Yes.
That is the only difference. What are your beliefs?
Yes.
Where do you put your focus? Where do you put your energy and all of that?
And
So
this in here needs to connect with this in here.
yes, absolutely. See, and that's why we're doing this show, Mic Shift with the dynamic duo. I love that. And just to bring it to you.
And
What
the
you do
best
with the information, that's on you. We're
that
not doing it for you. Nobody can do it for you. Only you can do it. We can only give you the information, you know,
yes.
and
And
show you what it's done for us or what it's doing for us.
the best part is dual. Even if we are in the same field, that is self-development, and we are studying Napoleon Hill very, very deep, we have different perspectives too.
Oh, you're saying
So,
it's a matter of perspective?
because it is. We complement each other, but
We do.
we complement each other. We are different people and we have different perspectives.
Yep.
and we learn different and we apply things differently too.
Hmm.
And so we complete each other. So that is the best part of working with both of us, is like it doesn't have a perspective of one person,
Right.
both both of us, to find out what it will work for you, because what worked for Sabina could not work for me, and
And
vice
vice
versa.
versa.
I'm
Right.
happy that the 555 method work. I don't
Oh
gonna
my
deny.
God. I was like, it's like, and for me, it was like, okay, whatever. I'll just give. I mean, I had nothing to lose. And if you have nothing to lose, then just go do it. Right? You have nothing to lose. Just try it. If it doesn't work for you, well, find something else that works, but do something. But yeah, I was like, I'm still like mind blown.
I'm
So
very
anyway,
happy because I never ask you if you work after I give you the information, and we never talk about that
well,
anymore. And
this was the first time.
today you told me like now I start seeing, and she started what? Not even a month ago. A month ago?
I don't think it was that long. I don't even
I don't,
know.
I don't even think there was so long. But I told her
Doesn't.
like do it for 5 days, stop for a week, do it another 5 days, stop for a week.
Ta-da.
Ta-da!
So
And
anyway, hour is up. I mean, we could talk forever and ever and ever and ever,
with
but
us,
we
yes,
want something more for the next show. And
yes,
we'll be back next week. So you
for
all have a
sure.
fabulous one. You are amazing. You are loved. And
Yes,
again, if it's possible for one, it's possible for all. If it's possible for us, it's possible for you.
yes, it is.
So we'll see you next week.
Have a nice
Bye.
day. Bye.